Subject Sigma is approaching Minerva's den. He must not reach the Thinker. Detonate the tunnel!
Hello? Mr. Sigma? Can you hear me? The name's Porter. Charles Milton Porter. Doc Tenenbaum tells me you're here to help us get the Thinker out of Rapture. It's not going to be easy, but nothing worth doing ever is. You should be able to get inside through an airlock. Minerva's den has been cut off from the rest of Rapture for some time, but not cut off from splicing. Don't let your guard down. The den's gone dark, but if you can reset the local power relay, I'll be able to get the juice flowing from here.
Mr. Porter, let me be the first to congratulate you on the founding of Rapture Central Computing. The great chain only grows stronger with each pair of hands laid upon it. I trust that you and I will choose to pull Rapture in the same direction.
Hello there. Welcome to Minerva's Den, the home of Rapture's high technology.
What steps into Minerva's den? Porter's newest toy? He wants the Thinker for himself. But you see, old friend, the machine has chosen me.
Reed Wall. He and I founded Rapture Central Computing together, but the greedy bastard pushed me out years ago. The splicers, the security. He pulls the strings in Minerva's den now.
Porter and I are partners, but he's wasting that machine. In off hours, I've been using it to predict the outcomes of baseball games, and it is incredibly accurate. Apply such equations to Rapture's markets. This thing is the money-making grail. But Porter, I have heard them feeding it recordings of his dead wife. The fool wants to turn the thinker into a person. I could not imagine a sadder fate for such a perfect machine. Look at you, Sigma. You think that Porter is your ally, but the Thinker knows better. The Thinker knows.
What would Rapture be like without automation? From self-opening doors to pneumatic deliveries.
The power is rerouted. That should tip things in our favor. Head up to my office in the executive wing. I've got something you'll need. Hurry now.
Welcome to the circus of value. No refund, no return.
What's the secret of Rapture Central Computing's success? The most advanced computing device in the world, the Thinker.
Mr. Ryan hired me to build a computer that could keep an entire city running on time. The Rapture Operational Data Interpreter Network. Folks call it the Thinker for short. We've harnessed the power of Atom even in this, allowing the mainframe to process data at the speed of thought. In other words, it thinks for us. Yes. And with the completion of the independent reasoning processor, it may finally think for itself. If Turing could see. Those vacuum bots sucked up all sorts of things before they went on the fritz. Crack one open, and you might find something you can use.
Alert them. This area is off limits.
Numbers are the liars.
Machines do what the doc can't. It's like a pinch on the devil. That's the pinch.
Come on.
The Thinker's perfect equation has predicted your every move, Sigma. It knew you would be here. It knows where you will be next. And it knows that you will fail.
Wall's become obsessed with perfecting his predictive equation. The Thinker can do plenty, but tell the future? No. The splicing drove him mad. Wall can rot here in Rapture for all I care. We'll make a copy of the Thinker and return it to the land of the living.
Did you know that the Thinker processes the equivalent of 12,000 encyclopedias every day? The Thinker works hard for Rapture.
inside? No. Yes, the numbers keep changing. You, me.
Adam is a predatory substance. After exposure, a constant supply is required to maintain its effects. Otherwise, the user deteriorates into madness. My plasmid, which releases the little ones from their servitude, is promising, but limited. It only works on the children with the slugs in their bellies. On an adult splicer or Big Daddy, you'll see rejection effect. Undesirable. But if the deterioration of mind and body were reversible, if Adam's sickness could be cured, then its predatory nature would be no more.
Limited before. Ball games and stock prices, dollars and cents. No, the numbers spiral out. They touch everything. Hidden within them lies a predictive algorithm for you, for me, for the destiny of the base allele to the stretch of a galaxy's arm. The thinker is destined to give birth to that crystalline equation, which determines all. I thought I knew its true purpose before. I thought Porter was the fool. Now I see. I was the fool all along.
That hack tool should come in handy. Head back up to my office.
Minerva's den is mine. You think you can hack your way to the Thinker? You're welcome to try.
Rapture depends on the Thinker every day. Dispatching trains, connecting your phone calls, and keeping the air fresh. The Thinker, the most helpful machine in Rapture.
Use your hack tool to spring open the door. That crack in the window looks big enough to get a dart through. Wall splicers haven't gotten into my office thanks to the Thinker's security. I'm giving you top-level access now. All right? Beginning scan.
Scanning. Designation. Sigma. Please, come in.
Sorry I can't be there to meet you in person. You've seen the state of the den these days. It's the Thinker that's important now, though. I need you to get to the computer core and print a hard copy of the Thinker's machine code. Core access is in operations. There's an Ops access punch card hidden in the compartment under my desk there. Grab the card and head for Ops.
Potter's time is done, friend. And now you collude with this traitor to steal the Thinker away from me? Sigma must be removed from the equation.
Thinker, deploy office defenses. That first year in London working for Turing, I didn't see Pearl much. Spent all day and night in a government comp. Wall. He was a brilliant engineer. We saw eye to eye once, long ago, but the splicing made him paranoid, delusional. He'd murder us both to keep the Thinker here.
The Rapture central computing mainframe performs over 1 million calculations per second. Couldn't your business benefit from that kind of...
The Lancer is the most technically advanced Big Daddy that Rapture ever produced. Now it stands between you and the Little Sisters. And if there's anywhere that you'll need Atom to get by, it's Minerva's den.
But you can see Rodin's masterpiece of sculpture that shares its name. Come visit the Thinker today in Minerva.
Subject Sigma rises above the pack, A futile gesture before the... all-knowing thinker.
The angel.
Do what you will with the girls. Twist your body with Adam. The Thinker's perfect equation accounts for all possibilities.
That's top secret! Impossible!
Daddy, stores and parties.
With my always hiding over there.
Just a itsy bitty man, Daddy.
Yes, son.
Daddy, are you taking me home too? Snowy Adam, Daddy? Over there. Don't let him get me, Daddy! Here's the angel. You want to serve our sleeping angels? I do, I do. It's just a little trick, angel.
That's sensitive equipment. He's got the answers. I knew it.
Don't let him get me, Daddy!
Stop
Shake's gonna walk
Daddy's busy with stores and parties! He's nicer than other daddies.
1,468 vacuum tubes. So... around us.
No one is...
Son of a bitch! I made your number, sir!
Mom, what's 7 times 12? Don't ask me, silly. Ask the computer tutor.
Buddy, I'm home from work. What's that wonderful smell?
The automatic chef made your favorite tonight. Tuna surprise. And I didn't have to lift a finger. Yay! Thanks, Mom. Don't thank me. Thank McClendon Robotics.
How might McClendon Robotics improve the lives of your customers? Meet with one of our corporate representatives today. McClendon Robotics, conveniently located in Minerva's Den, the heart of Rapture's high technology.
You're a...
Sometimes a cloud of lead just ain't enough. Today I signed for a shipment of those new bot models from McClendon. One variety tosses lightning bolts and the other fires a swarm of rockets. I understand we got some sensitive info bouncing around the mainframe, but brother, these guys ever heard of overkill?
Design.
least this will come as a surprise to you.
Thing like that, losing the only person you care about for somebody else's war, it makes you take stock. I started seeing eye to eye with Mr. Ryan around that time. And so, I brought my know-how down to Rapture. I built the Thinker for him. And now it's all I've got. I wonder sometimes, what if I'd come around to Ryan's way of thinking just a little sooner?
Who left you?
robotic little sisters. Robotic little sisters. Sure, Mr. Ryan, we'll take that contract. Sure, yeah, we'll front all the R&D costs, no problem. And when the big daddies ignore the little robot girls and all your fancy field tests, hell, what are we gonna do with all the full production run of these useless things?
Pearl's death opened up a kind of hole in my mind. But eventually I got around to reflecting on Alan and his intelligence test for machines. I remember grinning about the idea that I could beat it. Design a machine capable of replicating Turing himself. And wouldn't that show the old man? But then suddenly I realized I wasn't really thinking about replicating Alan at all. I was thinking about Pearl. The Thinker's independent reasoning processor has been running for several months now. Standardized intelligence test scores continue to rise, beginning daily voice synthesis test. Good morning, Thinker. How are you?
Acceptable. Request to continue most recent conversation topic. Pearl Porter.
Oh, my late wife. Yes, I'd love to tell you all about her. I have a number of old audio recordings we made together that you could listen to, if you'd like.
Acceptable. Begin input of data regarding Pearl Porter.
You took the words right out of my mouth, friend.
He's nicer than... Ah! Daddy! Ah! No! No!
How does it feel to know that your grand purpose is foretold by a machine? The numbers know already what will happen. As I tell you this, Will it affect the outcome? I am not so much holding my breath.
Where?
Welcome to the Circus of Value. Little refund, no return.
Numbers don't move like that.
Rapture Central Computing is the best choice for your company's computing needs. Why, the Thinker even does some thinking for Ryan Industries.
Can't be wrong. It's got to be something solid.
Hell. The maglock door's still active. It's regulated by the resistors plugged into that relay. If you can find a way to yank them out, magnets fail, doors open. There's a plasmid that could do the job. They called it Gravity Well. According to the Thinker's records, the Airtight Archives warehouse supervisor had a shot of Gravity Well on hand. Getting into the Archives warehouse, that'll be the fun part. Dear Dr. Lamb, I received the invitation to your little social club today. In return, I'd like to make you a wager. I wager you need Rapture Central Computing just a little bit more than I need your half-baked metaphysical mumbo-jumbo. Ideal in science, not whatever it is you're up to. You keep out of Minerva's den, and I'll keep this city's automation from grinding to a complete and sudden halt. Sound fair?
The Thinker has taken note of your new toy. A firecracker before the eyes of God.
At this hour?
Curious. This is all perfectly...
Come on, come on! Yo! On fire! Stop!
A pair of thugs came into the archives today and started calling up codes from all over Rapture. People's private possessions, just rifling through them. Said they were Ryan security, that they were doing maintenance on the pneumatic system. Maintenance? Huh. Isn't the point of the archives to keep your things safe from prying eyes?
This house, I nearly tripped. They'll never add up.
Continuing input of audio data into the Thinker's database. Subject, Pearl Porter.
Closer now into the recorder.
I don't know what to say, Milton. This is Mrs. Pearl Porter speaking.
That's the way.
And I'm recording this message with my brilliant husband, whom I love very much. And, I am so looking forward to seeing London.
That wasn't so hard, now was it? Won't you be glad that we have these to listen to when we're old and gray?
I have begun testing a new approach to the splicing sickness problem. Adam remembers, you see. The method uses the Adam's own recall of past cell configurations to revert each of the patient's genetic changes. With one final dose, we return the patient to his former self. It is only theory. The number of potential bonding sites for even a single test is innumerable, and I cannot calculate alone. But I have heard of an adding machine at the heart of the city, beyond the capability of any device the world has known. Perhaps, if I could harness its power.
Obvious witness!
Sure, you hear it in Rapture. One of the business types asked me, why don't you splice white? Get ahead. Well, that's some idiocy. I told him, first of all, I am ahead. Second, in Rapture, it's your work that's supposed to matter, not your skin. Too bad for some folks who can't splice in common sense.